Hello, welcome to Glasgow Rangers Nation with me, your host Owen James, the channel that brings you all your latest Rangers news, guys. Look, finally, I'm not going to dwell on Saturday. I don't want to talk about Saturday. I don't want to be depressed. I don't want to feel down. I don't want to feel fed up again. We're going to talk about good news, good positive news for a change. Yes, Sky Sports, yes, so we know it's reliable. Sky Sports have reported within the last hour that takeover talks for Rangers have been agreed in principle. That is what is being put out by Sky Sports at this point in time. Now, great news on that front. Great news on that front. In terms of this deal, I think there's been some worry. Of course, there's been some worry and some concern that maybe, it would fall through and maybe it wouldn't happen. And absolutely, that things could go wrong. But it is now being reported by Sky Sports, by the Financial Times, by the New York Times, by CNN. It has been reported by all these organisations. And look, I love the irony that's been put out there by a number of Rangers fans. It's fantastic. It's hilarious. Heart and Hand and Four Lads getting in on the joke as well, saying that all these organisations deserve a beer for getting in on the season ticket renewal time and trying to obviously support the season ticket by spreading these false rumours. But we know these rumours are true now. These stories are true. Sky Sports said, a deal for Rangers to be taken over by US investors has been agreed in principle. A period of due diligence, that's really hard to say, is now taking place while the legal paperwork is drafted up. I mean, absolutely superb news. Now, this is the Sky Sports story as it's being reported. It says Leeds United chairman Parag Marathe, who is 49 Enterprises president. He's also the assistant vice president of football operations at the San Francisco 49ers as well. And health insurance tycoon Andrew Cavenagh are leading the takeover bid. US Group is aiming to buy at least 51% of the shares in Rangers ahead of the new season. The legal paperwork is now all being drafted. The talks apparently have been ongoing since the end of October, and there is now a growing confidence on the Rangers side and on the US investor side of Parag Marathe and Andrew Cavenagh that this deal will be completed ahead of the new season. That is certainly got to be the hope, especially if Rangers are to build a effective squad and appoint a manager in time for the beginning of the new season. Like I said, a period of due diligence is now taking place. Parag Marathe obviously is one of the leading figures in this takeover. He was at Ibrox. He was at Manchester United watching Manchester United versus Rangers in the Europa League as part of these takeover negotiations. He's one of the big key figures in this. He's a guy with a lot of background in sport, a lot of background in, in terms of in raising revenue streams, raising good TV deals, doing good deals, bringing in players, a lot of experience in the US sports market, in the English sports market through his work with Leeds, and now hopefully will be with Rangers as well. He's working alongside health insurance tycoon Andrew Cavenagh, who is the executive chairman of Pair to Health. The US group, like I said, are looking to take 51% of the shares and take control of the Ibrox boardroom. Rangers' single largest shareholder, Dave King, is among the figures who are willing to sell their stake in the club. Dave King has approximately 13%. One source suggested that the 49ers were one of three serious parties to approach the former Ibrox chairman over investment. This backs up, I think, a lot of people came out and they slagged Dave King off at the time that he made these statements about the fact he had investors interested. People coming out and saying it was all lies, it was all made up, it was typical Dave King bluster. I think now owe Dave King a huge amount of apology on that one. In terms of the other owners, Douglas Park has 11.54%. Hopefully he will be one of the people that is bought out and kicked out of our club permanently. The sooner him and his disgusting son are gone from this club, the better. George Taylor, 10.22%. Stuart Gibson, 9.53%. Julian Walhart, 9.53%, John Halstad, 9.53%, and John Bennett, 7.11%. Apparently, they are all willing to take part as well in the sale of their parts of the club, which is good news, like I said, especially if it means we get rid of Douglas Park forever. It's understood that conversations have also taken place around guaranteed future investment. The final figure will be determined based on variables such as European progression and player trading. Um, Look, the situation we know is not good at the moment. We've made a £17.2 million loss last season. They posted a massive profit. We're 16 points behind them now in the league after another disastrous defeat at the weekend. We're out of the Scottish Cup, out of the League Cup, and we have Jose Mourinho's Fenerbahce next. So, this is not a great situation, is it? We are in a situation where we having an absolutely dreadful season and are probably going to come away having won absolutely nothing, and they're probably going to have come away having won yet another treble, which is just disgraceful. In terms of these investments, Marathe is in his 24th year at San Francisco, and he's the president of the NFL side's investment arm, 49ers Enterprises. They are set up to oversee outside business ventures, major investment opportunities for the club. Marathe is also the executive vice president of 49ers football operations. And like I said, he has an excellent record with raising investment opportunities, both at Leeds and at San Francisco 49ers. The 49ers Enterprises were valued at around £5.7 billion by Forbes just a few months ago. Rangers will be the second British club the NFL Giants have invested in, initially obviously after buying a stake in Leeds United. Cavenagh, who is the co-founder of US-based Pair to Health, who manage around £5.2 billion worth of assets, cover more than 1 million lives across 1,000 businesses in the United States. Early this year, Pair to Health announced Cavenagh was stepping down as chief executive, although added he would still be in the company to help through his executive chairman role. Cavenagh, it's clear, is looking for a new operation, a new sort of venture. Cavanagh's involvement at Ibrox will be the key in ensuring the Scottish FA dual ownership rules are not barrier for the US duo, with Marathe and the 49ers limited to a 29.9% stake due to their involvement in Leeds. So it's a case that obviously that Cavenagh will take a stake and Marathe's Enterprises will also take a stake in our club. This is great news, absolutely great news. It puts us in a position to really put a challenge in next season. As long as this is obviously all finalised and this is all kind of put to bed by June, you have a situation where there will be money to spend, obviously, from the 49ers Enterprises and from Cavenagh. The initial figure was rumoured to be somewhere around £20 million. Obviously, Jed York, who is the head of the 49ers and is the head in all but name of 49ers Enterprises, is worth, well, it's not just him, it's the York de Bartolo family that are worth £6 billion. You've also got Cavenagh worth 5.2 billion. Puts Rangers in a fantastic financial position with an ownership group worth a substantial number of billions of pounds. It really does put the other side of the city on full red alert, and we've seen, haven't we, from their meltdowns, their fall aparts, their they're pathetic. Well, Jed York's a Catholic. You've been brought out by a Catholic. I mean, it's just getting desperate now. They really are scared beyond their wits now with this takeover by one of the best franchises in world sport. The San Francisco 49ers are well regarded across all sports, and in the NFL are widely regarded as one of the best franchises to play for and to work for. In a recent NFLPA, which is their version of the Football Players Association, or whatever it's called in Scotland, I forget the name of it now, the PFA in England, the NFLPA rated the 49ers in the top 10 teams to play for across a number of qualities, which was things like player facilities, the way they look after the families, training facilities, strength and conditioning facilities, coaching, etc., etc. So they are very, very highly thought of in the States. And like I said, this is a very good owner. And those people talking about this, in terms of the fact that, Arsenal fans moan about Stan Kroenke, Liverpool fans, not all Liverpool fans, but some Liverpool fans moan about FSG. This is certainly not the same thing. The 49ers are not talked about in the same breath as the Kroenkes or the FSGs of this world. They're certainly more highly thought of in the States and in England as well. So look, I think it's very good news. It's fantastic news for the club. It's a real step forward. Got to say, over the moon with this news today. I mean, after what was a pretty shitty weekend, a pretty shitty weekend on two fronts really. Obviously the defeat to Motherwell was pretty damned awful, and then obviously having to work about 25, 26 hours at work over 2 days, which is absolutely disgusting. It's fantastic news on a Monday to get this great news that the 49ers Enterprises takeover is going to be done and done soon. Guys, let me know your thoughts on this story in the comments down below. Obviously, on the way out, please like, comment, and share. And subscribe to the channel, help the channel to keep on growing. Thank you for watching. As always, please remember, we are the people.